Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to pick up on where Senator Durbin left off. Senator Grassley, thank you so much for being on this issue before it was popular. Senator Whitehouse has been the anti-oligarch guy before it was cool. And now we're getting a critical mass, and I appreciate Senator Durbin's leadership. So 4 days has turned into 4 months. Where do we stand 4 months later? Ukraine is still standing, resolved and resilient. NATO is bigger. There's an effort to wean Europe off Russian oil and gas. There's a measure to designate Russia state-sponsored terrorism under U.S. law that I think will have unanimous support soon. And now there's an effort to go after Putin and his cronies, and this legislation is much needed. I was in Ukraine last week. Beyond arms, which they need, the president of Ukraine said if America would speak to the fact that Putin is running a state enterprise of terrorism, it would get some people off the dime. It would be a morale-boosting event for Ukraine, and it would be justice regarding this invasion. So I'm hoping this week we can pass the resolution by myself and Senator Blumenthal, co-sponsored by virtually everybody, to designate Russia a state sponsor of terrorism. What does this legislation do? Senator Whitehouse and I and many people have been working on a system to deal with a hybrid conflict here. There are no direct American engagement. There are no American boots on the ground, and the Ukrainians are not asking for American soldiers. But we are providing arms and economic assistance because the outcome in Ukraine matters to Europe and the United States wholeheartedly. Russia is a mafia state. I'm often asked, how does this end? Well, there's really only one way for it to end when you think about it. Ukraine still stands as a sovereign democratic nation, and those who have supported this invasion find themselves war criminals in some appropriate international venue, and the people who have benefited from the mafia state of Putin for decades begin to be hunted down. Their luxury life is transferred to the suffering people of Ukraine. This legislation, Mr. Chairman, fits the moment. It allows the Department of Justice to do things that the current law would not allow. And I want to compliment Attorney General Garland and this task force. I think they've done a good job of being focused and serious about trying to regain assets in the hands of oligarchs and transfer them to the benefit of the Ukrainian people. So how does this end? The mafia state in Russia collapses. The people of Russia would be free for the first time in decades from a ruler who could care less about them, who has stolen them blind, and has a maniacal view of rewriting the world map. The last time somebody tried to rewrite the European map, and we did nothing about it, led to a great war. We're on the verge, if we stay focused, of breaking this mafia state. And the best tool available to us in many ways is to go after those who have benefited from the mafia state and have kept Putin propped up. So if you're out there in the oligarch world, we're coming for you.